In the world of Ananta, the line between a normal Tuesday and a full blown supernatural crisis is dangerously thin. One moment you will be grabbing a coffee, and next you're dodging some skivvy toilets on. Oh my god, I hate saying that word. I'm sorry. Go back. Okay, so one moment you will be grabbing a coffee, and the next you will be dodging some sentient toilets racing through the traffic. Yep, that feels better. In this city, you have calamity and the commonplace living right next to each other. But more on the chaos part later. Let's talk about the city first. Because in any game or any medium that I am consuming, for me the setting is the most important part. It is the main character for me, and the setting itself brings out different stories. So let's talk about the anatomy of the Nova City first. For this section, I am looking at a post on Reddit. Now, this post has a lot of interesting information, however, it does not have a source link to it. So take it with a grain of salt, but I want to talk about this because if it is true, then it is very interesting. Noah City is drawing inspiration from the Japanese urban design or sort of Asian urban design, and the scale is massive. Now, this post mentions that the city is divided into at least 3 major districts. In the west, we have the lower rise housing district, which is full of recreational spots, streetwear inspired Paradox Plaza. And in the east, we have financial district, which has corporate giants like Saturn Tower and Erie Bank. And connecting them is the central commercial district, which is the city's bustling heart. And there is a complex metro system that connects all these areas. It has different lines B, C, and E, and they operate on a realistic daylight schedule, and they all converge at the massive city link station. Developers also have a plan to basically add more stuff to the city because the creators have stated that the future updates will focus not just on expanding the maps or borders, but also to increase the urban density of the existing region. So that kind of gives me the sign that they are committed to evolve the city and make this much more richer and more interactive later. And I hope that is the case because I don't want to have an insanely inviting, explorable city with just dead atmosphere and there's nothing happening in it. Now, going back to that post, we have different landmarks and point of interest in this city, and it also provides the hub for live simulation activities. Based on these things, I really hope that they include a role-playing mode. Apparently these locations are just not for style, but also has substance to them, and these are all functional spaces that contributes to the world's immersive qualities. So first we have recreational and social hubs. In the city there is a park called Floramoon Park, a large space south of the commercial district that evokes a real-life location like Central Park. And for more high-energy recreation, we have Paradox Plaza. And that Paradox Plaza is in Housing District, I think. And that offers a more of a streetwear vibe. And there is Glimmer Gold. It is a market in the commercial district. And it's a hub for activities, featuring things like arcade machines. And we also have the iconic red Ferris wheel, which is kind of in the boundaries of the housing and the commercial district. And it's kind of like a key visual landmark that joins these two districts. And the beach apparently is located at the south of the Floramoon Park. Now let's talk about commercial and financial centers. And again, the financial district is dominated by towering skyscrapers. So I believe in the beginning we have the Saturn Tower and the bank, which is a key financial institution. We have industrial and transit zones. Now we have the Sonic Boom Club, that is a nightlife spot, I believe, in the trailers. We have Whalebone Library and Eve Gallery. It's an art museum. Now these are all the culture venues that exist in the city, which is very immersive. Now keep in mind, all this information is from this thread that does not really have official link for me to verify this information, but we have seen stuff like this in the trailers, so I am going to keep my hopes up that it is the case. NPCs in this city will have their own routines and they will react to the player's actions. This city has day and night cycle, different events, different characters, and all these characters will do their own things when you switch. We have also seen in the trailers that there are influencers in this game. Our main character is also famous for doing something. The currency symbol in this city is also represented with a G. There is something called a wealth card, which is, I assume, it's a credit card or something. And that is according to this post again. If you want to read much more details, I would would encourage you to check out this article on Reddit. Now let's talk about the chaos. So what is chaos? Now functionally it's a game's way of making sure the world is never boring, and it allows the urban legends to become reality. But the lore goes much deeper, so I'm gonna have to make a new video about it. Now the developer has mentioned that the chaos is born from people's collective unconsciousness. So yeah, it's not like an alien invasion, but it's an eruption from within the humanity itself, unless there is an external force that is making all these emotions come to life. So it's like the shared anxieties, dreams and fears of the Nova City citizens are literally taking a physical form. Manifestations are pretty wild. They could be positive and could be negative as well. This chaos can turn into something funny and something bizarre, like for example the sprinting toilets, which is clear sign of like a humor in this game. We also seen like paranormal oddities like the graffiti being eaten by the monster or the factory line starting on their own in the middle of the night. So that is a perfect hook for an investigation. And as an investigator, we will be investigating all these things. And then we also have dangerous stuff. This bad chaos can also become that superpowered villains, because in one of the trailers we see that colossal giant chaos lady. We seen that giant mosquito that also probably materialized from the chaos. I cannot find the article for this, but I remember reading somewhere that this chaos was kind of caused by a meteor disaster, and that could be a significant clue for all sorts of chaos that is running rampant in the city. But again, this connection is forming on the basis of a hypothesis, not a fact. The origins of a chaos could be related to this meteor disaster, or may not be. This event could have acted as a trigger, shattering the dimensions of normal dimension and bringing out all these supernatural dimensions into the normal city. Now, because this chaos is running rampant and the city is unstable, there's a bunch of shit that's going on. You got gangs, struggling agencies, and other private bullshit. So in order to control all of that, we need peacekeepers. So now let me talk about all these, organizations. First is Anti-Chaos Directorate, ACD. Now the ACD is a non-governmental and non-profit organization. ACD is also described as a crumbling or, being on hard times, and it was also shut down at one point because of an event. Then we have NCCA, which is Nova City Crime Agency. This is the official law enforcement. This is a standard policing partnered with the ACD. And then we have a bunch of other organizations. So for example, I cannot make this up, but it's called Yeet Squad, like literally Yeet. Taffy was the founding member, I believe, and Taffy and Captain are part of this. Then we have Cat Express. Now I know that Taffy is an employee of the Cat Express, and this Cat Express gives you missions like package delivery service or something else. And I believe Taffy is called Delivery Girl because of this, but I could be wrong. NCAA will also give you missions, I'm pretty sure. And we also have different criminal gangs. I really want to know how this chaos started in the city. What is the reason behind it? I want to know how the ACD fell. I want to know exactly what happened at the time, and I want to learn more about this, mission givers. So yeah, it will be interesting, and I'm pretty excited. And I'm planning to make more videos about this different organization and also talking more about this chaos. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.